If you don't believe that sometimes makeup can have a negative impact on your elegant appearance, there are some things I need to show you. Hi, it's good to have you here. I'm A.Any, and today I'll be pointing out some makeup mistakes I see people make that can cause a person to appear inelegant. Before I go on, I would like you to click the subscribe button and like this video. The first mistake is mismatched colors of foundation and concealer. I have seen this mostly among people with darker skin tone. Some people make the mistake of either selecting a foundation that is either too light or fails to match their skin tone. This even happens with light-skinned people. For example, some people may end up looking pink, orange, or lighter than they normally are. That is because they don't apply the right shade or even the right tone. Those are two different things. So one has to know their skin tone in order to match the products well with it. If a person has a cool skin tone and uses a warm toned foundation, the person will end up looking yellow. Likewise, if a dark person uses a light shade of foundation, it won't match with the rest of the body, making the face look separated from the neck, and is never a nice appearance. For some reason, some people like to appear lighter than they normally are, and they try to use makeup to achieve this, but it really doesn't look good. A tip to avoid this mistake is to test the product directly on your skin while you're purchasing. You can even ask for the expert's recommendation rather than just picking anything you see. One thing that has always worked is to try to match the foundation with your neck area. The second mistake is excessive contouring. There is absolutely no need to overly sculpt one's face. It is not compulsory for one's face to look snatched, or what's the correct term for that? Moderation is very, very important when considering an elegant appearance. When the dark lines are very obvious, it makes the face look very unnatural. And that just makes it look like something is being forced there. A decent contour will create some depth without making the lines look too obvious. The third mistake is with highlighting. Have you seen some kinds of highlights that will end up making the person look scary or abnormal due to the whiteness? This mistake is because people have changed the definition of highlighting to mean that somebody must appear like a doll. And it's now very common even with popular makeup artists. I'm not sure why under the eyes need to look very white in order for it to look like a highlight. Just like what I said for contouring, this looks very unnatural. And that's not the kind of look we need when thinking about elegance. Also, some people do the cheek highlights in excess. It looks so white or yellow or whatever color they put on it. And I just ask myself, to what end? Really? Like, what is the meaning of this? Is this how they glow? If we choose to follow that, we end up looking like everyone else. But guess what? We are simple and different. The fourth mistake is excessive baking. This is partly related to highlighting. With all these things, people just look sculpted, and I'm afraid they don't even see it that way. I mean, how are people not even seeing this? The fifth mistake, let's talk about eyebrows. There is so much to say, and it is so important because your eyebrows are right there on your forehead. That's normally the first thing people are going to see. So even if you get others wrong, which you shouldn't, do not get your eyebrows wrong. Under eyebrows, I'll first talk about thick or overly painted brows. I can't even think of any reason why this would be an option. There are some people that have naturally thick brows that when they groom them properly, it looks so beautiful. For example, people like Lily Collins. So here I'm referring to people with unkempt thick brows and those that overly paint their eyebrows. For one, it has this very untidy and weird appearance. I mean, what can be the motivation for proceeding to darken one's eyebrows so much? I honestly don't know. Second, under eyebrows, I'm going to talk about weird shaped brows. And under this, we have overly arched brows. Now, this looks like something very forced, and it makes one appear very stern, like they are fighting. It's not a very pleasant sight to behold. Still under weird shaped brows, I would say improperly drawn eyebrows. It is better to leave one's eyebrows natural than to go and draw rubbish. I tell you, if drawing is a problem, please learn first. Do not draw weird eyebrows that can miscommunicate your facial expressions or turn you into another character. So one eyebrow cannot be up here, then another one is down here, or they are trying to meet in the middle somewhere. It's no. Then thirdly, under eyebrows, I would talk about the size of the eyebrows. First, under size is overly thin brows. Now, the thin brows I'm referring to is like the old Nollywood kind of brows, where people just scrape off all the hair on their eyebrows and then just draw a line. I don't get it. What's happening here? I think people were even trying to make it trend at some point, but Please, it does not work. It doesn't work. At least not for you, my elegant ladies. Second on the size is bold brows. I'm not sure why a person would thicken their brows to the extent of even increasing them to an abnormal size. Again, this appears very unnatural and makes one look unkempt. Third on the size, long eyebrows. Hair. Extending your brows with makeup does not make it look nicer. Moderation is key. There is a point your eyebrows are supposed to stop, but anything past that point already looks weird. Imagine my arch starting from here. That would just make me look weird. So there is a point where your arch is supposed to stop or start from. Number 4 under eyebrows is colored eyebrows. This is a little bit tricky because some people have naturally colored eyebrows and sometimes colors look good on people as well. So let's just focus on those people that paint their eyebrows with unnatural colors. This passes one off as an unserious person, and it doesn't help achieve a put together appearance, which is very, very important as an elegant woman. Fifth one under eyebrows is improperly concealed eyebrows. I think this is for people that are still learning how to apply makeup. I don't expect somebody that has been applying makeup for years to still be making this particular mistake, okay? It is so important that your concealer doesn't show above or under your eyebrows, like or that whitish line. I think people still make that mistake and it's just very wrong. I made this mistake a long time ago, and this was when I was just beginning makeup and all of that. So looking back, I realized that I was using the wrong shade of concealer and I wasn't blending as well. So always bear in mind that your concealer should not show. Now the sixth mistake. Enough about eyebrows, let's talk about lips. First on the lips is colored lipsticks. Some kinds of colors are just not meant to be worn in normal instances, okay? So editorial colors like green, white, blue, orange are not meant for everyday appearance, no. Second on the lips is bold lips. For example, dark bold lips make me look like I'm forcing the makeup to happen on my face. So I try to stick with more neutral or lighter colors. So unless it's necessary, which in regular cases it's not, try to stick with lipsticks that are not too bold. Keep it moderate. Third on the lips is mismatched lips. There are some colors of lipsticks that we may wear that would not look too good with our face or our skin, and it is mostly the bold lipsticks that are the problem here. But anyways, it's also important to know the colors that sit well with our skin tone and matches our skin color. I mean, almost anything can look nice for an editorial, but on a regular day, there are just some things that don't look pleasant. Well, some of these things actually work if they are applied well enough, but it's usually not a one-sizer. Fourth under lip mistakes is overly lined lips. That separation between the lip liner and the lipstick makes the makeup look very unfinished. It looks better when the lip liner is blended with the lip color, so nothing is left floating alone. Seventh makeup mistake is lashes. Generally, we want to avoid wearing lashes that are way too long or way too thick. It's also good to wear lashes that sit well on our face. For example, for small faces, it is better for you to opt for smaller lashes. We shouldn't wear lashes that we're not comfortable in, or the ones that will be flapping up and down when we're on a boat cruise and when the wind is blowing. Eighth makeup mistake is with blush. Blush has a very good chance of making one appear like they work in the circus. Keep blushes at a minimal and avoid using abnormal colors. It should blend in with your skin at the same time creating that very appealing flush. So it's supposed to be a natural color. Now see it as a food spice, and we don't want excess spice in our food, right? I suppose not. Ninth makeup mistake is with eyeshadow. Similar to lipsticks, we want to avoid wearing wedged colors of eyeshadows and even bold colors, especially with the shimmery eyeshadows. So given that we have different shapes of eyes and colors, I can't really give a general recommendation on eyeshadow, but it is important to know what areas of the eyes where certain colors should be applied and what types of eyeshadows to avoid. I know it is weird when you apply shimmery eyeshadows above your crease. Also, one has to figure out their eye shape and color in order to know what fits them personally. Just find what sits well on your eyes. Even the eyeliner and mascara. So with eyeliner, the eyeliner has to look very clean and not like something that's been carelessly done. You want your eyeliner to be on fleek, just like your brows. Eyeliner has a very special way of beautifying the eyes. so you have to be careful when doing it. Now, the 10th and final makeup mistake I see people making is poor blending. So everything is in vain if the whole makeup doesn't come together to achieve a specific goal. It's very painful when each of these parts of makeup are trying to work individually. So this is why blending your makeup in order to make everything sit well and look put together is very important. So don't just apply your makeup, vroom, 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 and then you're done. No, take your time to blend. Put everything together. Unblended makeup is not the same thing as sculpting or snatching. If you're trying to let the lines show, or you're trying to make the blush so obvious or the contour so dark, it's not even sitting inside the makeup or inside your face, then it just looks poorly applied. Final thoughts. It is very important to find the balance on our face. Once the eyeshadow is loud, the lipstick and blush cannot be loud as well. If the lipstick is loud, keep the other parts to a minimum. If not, one will look very scattered and confused, like they don't know what they're doing. These mistakes are not very pleasant, and as elegant women, our good appearance really matters, so we shouldn't be ignorant about things like this. Take corrections, learn, do things with moderation. Do not try to copy what everyone is doing. Let's focus on what looks good on our face. It is even better to stay away from certain kinds of things than trying them out and then ending up spoiling our whole appearance. May God help us as we do this. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you enjoyed this video and you found it helpful. I would like you to also comment the other makeup mistakes you think should have made it to this list. I've created similar videos to this. One of them is a makeup tutorial. You can find them at the end screen of this video, or you can also check the description box below. Please like this video, subscribe to this channel, and turn on all notifications. And I would like you to please share with somebody who will find this helpful. You can join our community for elegant women to interact with like-minded people, learn, share, and grow on your journey to becoming the elegant woman. And also, lastly, if you would like a private makeup tutorial, or you can always reach out to me, or you can book a one-on-one via the link in the description below. Until my next video, where I do hope to see you, please just stay beautiful, stay elegant, and stay blessed. Bye!